Week 5 started with the Seattle Seahawks defeating the LA Rams 30-29. No, I did not watch the second half of that game. I have every intention to, but it is what it is. It is. And for those who were able to see my post, I did take the Seattle Seahawks to defeat the Rams. Risky pick because the Rams have beaten the Seahawks in the previous 3 meetings, dating back to 2017. That beat down in Seattle that happened 2 years ago. Yeah. Anyway, time for the rest of your picks. Let's get started because I don't have time for this bullshit. All right, Falcons going on the road to take on the Houston Texans. This is the battle of coaches that maybe end up getting fired by either the end of the season or before the season's end. The Falcons have been a very disappointing team. They are clearly not a playoff team anymore. It is what it is. However, I don't really give two flying fucks about this game, which means it's probably going to be a good game, to be perfectly honest with you. But go ahead, take the Atlanta Falcons to defeat the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans offensive line is starting to show ass a little bit. When you can't even block a 4-man rush, and there's 5 offensive linemen, you know that your offensive line sucks. Give me a fucking break. Can't blame it all on Deshaun Watson here. And I don't think anyone is I don't think most people are blaming it on Deshaun Watson, but that's beside the point. Take the Falcons. Bills going on the road to take on the Tennessee Titans. This is part of the NFL's 100 series because of the fact that it's the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans. When people think of those two teams clashing, they think of the Music City Miracle that happened in January of 2000. And that was the start of the Titans' magical playoff run, which ended up with the Titans facing the Rams in the Super Bowl, and of course the greatest show on turf won. Fast forward 20 seasons later, anyway, these two teams are still in it as far as playoffs are concerned. The Titans, I believe have a 4-way tie for first place, which means Jacksonville has a tie for Colts are 2-2, Jaguars are 2-2, Titans are 2-2, Texans are 2-2. So something's bound to happen. So something's bound to happen by week 5's end. Go ahead, take the Buffalo Bills. I know they lost to the Patriots, and it was a close margin. It was expected to be close and everything, but Buffalo did do a good job against Tom Brady, but they still lost. Perhaps and they probably would have lost even if Josh Allen was the quarterback. But we don't know that now, do we? Yeah, we really don't. But go ahead and take Buffalo to win this time around. All right, this is one of the London games. Bears taking on the Oakland Raiders. Now Vontaze Burfict got suspended for that hit against the Colts tight end Jack Doyle. And don't get me wrong. Burfict does deserve to be suspended because he keeps doing the same fucking shit over and over and over again. And it's not just the helmet-to-helmet hits. It's also just him being a cheap shot artist in general. And anyone that disagrees with that is a fucking idiot. Sorry, but fuck out of here. But anyway, the Patriots corner or defensive back Jonathan Jones should have been fined and suspended too. but the NFL says that that he was trying to turn his shoulder. That isn't the fucking point. Did Jonathan Jones have a chance to let up because his teammate is already tackling him? Yes, he fucking did. I mean, give me a fucking break. So yeah, he should have been at least fined. Suspended at least 4 fucking games. It's not a question of whether or not he intended to lead with the helmet. It's a question of, did he have a chance to let up because his teammate was already tackling him. The NFL really dropped the ball. It just proves the NFL's hypocrisy, I guess. But in any event, and the Bears, they lose Mitchell Trubisky against the Vikings. They still won because the Bears have a kick-ass defense, and I expect that kick-ass defense to prevail against the Oakland Raiders. I understand Mitchell Trubisky's out, but he has not been all that effective the entire season so far, albeit 4 games. But yeah, so losing Mitchell Trubisky in this case might actually be a beneficial thing. He's not a good quarterback. And guess what? And guess what that says about my team's quarterback. But in any event, moving on. Take the Bears to win this one. Oh, Battle of the Ophers. Cardinals going on the road to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Cardinals are 0-3-1 after their latest defeat, and the Bengals are 0-4. Look for the Bengals. Hey, and both teams have rookie coaches. Look for the Bengals rookie coach to get his first victory of the season. Take the Bengals. That's a game I don't give a flying fuck about, but whatevs. Vikings going on the road to take on the New York Giants. Now, people were offended by Adam Thielen's comments during the post-game press conference after they lost to the Bears. Except he wasn't calling out Kirk Cousins, you fucking morons. He was calling out the douchebags in the media for one thing. And second thing, he was really calling out the coaches for the play calling. Don't get me wrong. Kirk Cousins should apologize to Adam Thielen for that deep ball throw. Because Cousins has not been playing well. Well, ever since he got to Minnesota. In fact, he's been playing worse. But of course, people are fixated by stats because that's all they fucking care about, I guess. Because people are retarded. And the Giants, well, the Giants played well against the Redskins. They were able to actually win by more than 10 points against their division rival. Well, certainly not hard to do so when you're facing Case Keenum. And then, although had Case Keenum not gotten it, I think Case Keenum got injured in that game, but had Case Keenum not gotten injured, it probably would have been a little closer. Dwayne Haskins is garbage. Dwayne Haskins was facing a really, really, really bad defense, and he wasn't even able to muster a fucking thing. Holy shit. I get that it's his first start and everything, but again, it was against the fucking Giants defense. Fuck out of here. And as far as this game goes, since this is like 2-2 or whatever, since Kirk Cousins is not facing the Giants with a winning record, go ahead, take the Minnesota Vikings to defeat the New York Giants. Moving on. Patriots going on the road to take on the Washington Redskins. Colt McCoy will be the starting quarterback. Good move on Jay Gruden's part, because if Haskins couldn't even get it done against the Giants defense, which is one of the worst defenses in the league, he will get fucking molested and raped by the Patriots defense. So let Colt McCoy take that fleecing. Fuck out of here. Patriots. End of story. Moving on quickly. Buccaneers going on the road to take on the New Orleans Saints. The Buccaneers pulled off a shocking win over the LA Rams. Probably should not have been shocked because the Rams were more focused on their division rival. But guess what happened? They lost to their division rival this current week. So give me a fucking break. I don't want to hear any excuses. The Rams should have been able to beat the Buccaneers. But you know what? The Buccaneers are not that bad, and Bruce Arians knows the NFC West from the back of his head, I guess. And the Saints, 2-0 without Drew Brees. It's looking like the Saints are clinching the NFC South again. And go ahead and take the Saints to win this game. If I'm wrong, so be it, but whatever. Jets going on the road to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Sam Darnold is out with mono, but you know what? Even with Sam Darnold in the lineup, I would still take the Philadelphia Eagles. Sorry, Jets fans, it's looking like your team's gonna have to wait another 4 years in order to finally get a victory over the Philadelphia Eagles. They have not beaten the Philadelphia Eagles in its franchise history. In its history. Look for that trend to continue, unfortunately. Eagles, end of story. Ravens going on the road to take on the Steelers. The Ravens got their fucking asses kicked by the Cleveland Browns. Finally, Cleveland actually does something against a good opponent that's not so injury depleted. And Cleveland, Cleveland ran all over Baltimore's defense. Can we shut the fuck up about Baltimore's defense? It's not fucking good, all right? I know they beat up on the Miami Dolphins, which by the way they should be in prison right now for dolphin slaying. But anyway, and their offense is actually not doing so bad. Lamar Jackson's not doing so bad, although he needs to do a better job of making sure he doesn't throw garbage touchdown passes late in games when your team's already been blown out. But that is here and there, I guess. But as far as the Steelers go, okay, they beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Fine. They were supposed to do that, and they were supposed to do. And quite frankly, because the Bengals still suck, they were supposed to win the way they won. Did I watch the game? No. Do I have intentions of watching the game? Probably not. I'll just watch the highlight package, because I don't get the extended highlight in this case, because I don't give two flying fucks about this game. As far as this week goes, go ahead, take the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, that's right. Go ahead, take the Pittsburgh Steelers to defeat the Baltimore Ravens. To really expose Baltimore's defense. Ooh, Battle of the Cats. Jaguars going on the road to take on the Carolina Panthers. I got a flip for this one. Fuck you, Broncos. You made Gardner Minshew look like Russell fucking Wilson. How does that work? Don't, like I said, Gardner Minshew, he deserves credit. He out-dueled Joe Flacco, which means Joe Flacco is really garbage of a quarterback. I'll get to Denver in a minute, but I got a flip for this one. It's a battle of two really questionable Jekyll and Hyde football teams. Seriously, can both teams make up their fucking minds on whatever? Heads, okay, fine. Go ahead, take the Carolina Panthers to win this one. Fucking work. Let's go. I don't have time for this shit. Now I'll go talk about the Denver Broncos. The 0-4 Denver Broncos going on the road to take on the 2-2 Chargers. Now the Broncos actually have a chance, believe it or not, to defeat the Chargers this week. But the only reason why it's true is because the Chargers just got done traveling from the West Coast to the East Coast, back to the West Coast. It's like out of the frying pan into the fire and then back into the fucking pan. Anyway, and getting to the Broncos, their worst start in franchise history. Bradley Chubb is out. The good news about Garrett Bowles is that he's not been called for holding penalties the past couple of weeks. I've not heard his fucking name at all, which is a good thing. Because when you're an offensive lineman, period, regardless of the position, you don't want your name to be called. That's just how it works. The Chargers, okay, they beat the Miami Dolphins. Wow, they finally beat the Miami Dolphins. Too bad it took the Dolphins trading away their talent for draft picks for the future to finally fucking do it. But hey, a win's a win, right? Here's the deal with Joe Flacco. He's not a good quarterback. Like I said, he has been known. This year he has been outdueled by Mitchell Trubisky and Gardner Minshew. You know how fucking embarrassing that is. Don't get me wrong. Gardner Minshew has the ability to be a really good quarterback and potential. I don't like that word potential because it's fucking garbage, but it's a fucking garbage overrated word. But give me a break. Gardner Minshew is still a rookie quarterback, and Joe Flacco got outdueled by a rookie. Regardless of how good the rookie quarterback is, he got outdueled by a rookie quarterback. That is embarrassing. Now, the Broncos defense is shit too, but Joe Flacco, but it takes a franchise quarterback to bail out a pretty bad defense. And that's what Joe Flacco's supposed to be, a franchise quarterback. Which is why I did not want the Broncos taking Joe Flacco from a trade or whatever the fuck. At some point, John Elway needs to embrace the rebuild. This team is not a fucking playoff team. I don't like teams that tank and shit like that, but you have to be realistic as well. The Broncos need to stop being delusional and thinking that they're a playoff team every year. This win now shit only works if you have a really good fucking team. And this team is not a good football team right now. So it's coin flip time. Because I don't trust any of these teams at all, to be honest with you. Heads, yeah, you know what? There's a first time for everything. Go ahead, take the Chargers to defeat the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are going to have their worst start in franchise history. If I'm wrong, hey, I'll be happy that I'm wrong on this one because I'm a Broncos fan. But this is not about being a fan of a certain team at this point. Moving on quickly. Packers going. This should be a really good one. Most of the nation will be watching this one. Packers going on the road to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Now, if you have Dish Network, you're not going to watch the game because of Fox, because Dish Network took Fox away for whatever stupid fucking reason. Probably because they didn't have money. But any fucking way. And I apologize to the Dish Network subscribers that were not able to watch the Seahawks Rams game because apparently NFL Network didn't even simulcast that game. What the fuck? Whatever. Now I know the Packers lost to the Eagles, as I predicted, quite frankly. But the Cowboys, and yes, I did. I initially took the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Saints, but I went ahead and took the Saints because the Cowboys stock was just way too fucking high. And just like the Packers, the media was sucking the Cowboys' dick. Way too fucking much. Nauseating. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate the Cowboys as much as a lot of other fans do. I get the fans. I get why the fans don't like them because the Cowboys fans can be a little bit fucking ridiculous at times. But if I'm wrong about this one, again, so be it. But go ahead, take the Green Bay Packers. I think they're going to bounce back and beat the Dallas Cowboys. The Saints exposed Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is once again doing Dak Prescott horseshit. Like I said, if I'm wrong, so be it. Don't give a fuck. Well, has not been my year so far. I don't expect that. I expect this week to prove it. Colts going on the road to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Now The Chiefs did beat the Lions, but they did not humble the Lions. In fact, the Lions had a shot to win, probably should have won, quite frankly. I was able to watch the Lions Chiefs game. What a fucking game! What a fucking game! This, in my opinion, may have been the best game I've seen so far this season. A lot of season left. But this game was one of the best games I've seen. It had everything. It had a little bit of offense. The third quarter was crazy. It had all sorts of defenses. Another questionable call by the referees when involving the Lions. Of course that catch against that touchdown catch, which would have put the Lions in the lead, I guess, was the overturn was the correct call, unfortunately, because he was bobbling the ball, and once he had full control of the ball, his body was already out of bounds. So for those who are bitching about this, get over it. And Lions fans have had fun complaining about this one all fucking week. I am sure. But on to the Colts. They did lose to the Raiders. I knew it as soon as I took the Colts to win a game. They end up losing. My fucking luck. But it just proves that they need T.Y. Hilton. Now the Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes did not throw a touchdown pass in the game, but the Chiefs since 2017, because his first start was the final game of the 2017 season against Denver. Patrick Mahomes has been 3-0 despite not throwing a touchdown pass. He didn't throw a touchdown pass against Denver in 2017. Did not throw a touchdown pass last year against Jacksonville, and did not throw a touchdown pass against the Detroit Lions, and yet still found a way to win the game. Patrick Mahomes is going to have to get better throwing passes in the pocket, and that's all I've got to say about that. As far as, however, take the Colts with the points, because I think the point spread's a little ridiculous, I guess. You know what? No, take the Chiefs minus the whatever the fuck they're. It's minus fucking 10. I know that much. It's more than that, actually. But go ahead, take the Kansas City Chiefs to defeat the Indianapolis Colts. And I'll just leave it at that. Not really as excited for that game because of the retirement of Andrew Luck, but it is what it is. And last up, Browns going on the road to take on the undefeated San Francisco 49ers. This game could go either way, quite frankly. Good job by the Cleveland Browns. I'll back off on the fucking Browns for now. And they're technically in first place. They're tied for first place, but they're technically have sole possession of first place because of the head-to-head victory against the Baltimore Ravens. Go ahead though, take the San Francisco 49ers to defeat the Cleveland Browns. They once again have to face an actual football team. I think the Niners are actually a really good football team this year. Will they win the NFC West? We will wait and see. That NFC West looks like it's going to be a dogfight and way more competitive than the AFC North. No offense to Cleveland, Baltimore, or Pittsburgh for that matter. Lots of offense though to the Cincinnati Bengals, because they're still fucking garbage. Though they better beat the Arizona Cardinals today. But anyway, that's it. That's all. Till next time, later, fuckers.